Hi, welcome back. Now we're going to look at the organizing of your essay paragraph. Each paragraph. How do you organize your paragraph via this ThemeRheme structure? Because now you already know there is this kind of structure in the English sentence called theme and rheme. Okay? So these samples are all in your notebook. So as we go along, if you need time to fill up the blanks, then just pause the video, okay? And then you fill up the blank and then continue with the video. I will not be pausing in each of these exercises. So let's start. There are three methods of organizing your information in your text based on this ThemeRheme pattern. 1. The rheme of one sentence becomes the theme of the next sentence. So your new information can go to the theme in your new sentence. The theme of one sentence is the same as the theme of the next. So the theme remains the same as the theme throughout the whole paragraph. And the last one is a mixture of the two. It's also possible. So I'm going to show you all these three patterns. Why do you need to know all these patterns? Because then you'll be able to vary your way of expressing yourself. Okay, the most popular way is number 2. Students are taught to write like this all the time in school, unless you go into journalism when you're in high school and you write news or magazines for your high school. Otherwise, most of the time, students don't go far from this pattern. And it's good that you know more patterns to express yourself. Yeah, it's not only vocabulary to, knowing a handful of vocabulary to express yourself is good, but knowing the patterns create different sentence structure, it's also good. So we're going to look at all these three methods. Method 1, I have highlighted the fonts, each sentence different color so we can see very clearly right away there are 3 sentences in this sample. So the theme of the new sentence is the rheme of the previous sentence. Yeah, so that's the pattern. So the complete electrical behavior of any valve or transistor can be described by stating the interrelation of the currents and the voltages between all the electrodes. So the behavior and the interrelation. These relationships, which is which one? You see that this pattern was from the flow pattern. In the other, I think the first set of video where it says this or these plus summary noun. Okay, so these relationships, which is this one, can conveniently be displayed graphically, and the various curves are known as characteristics of the device. In principle, you can add, some kind of connectors. All the characteristics, which is this one, should be available to the designer proposing to use the device in a circuit. So that's the pattern for method 1. So we go to a second sample. If you want, pause the video and do and fill up those blanks first before you come back to the video and see if you manage to find a theme and rheme in each of these sentences. There are 3 here in this sample. All right, so the early feminist movement was greatly influenced by the work on Mary Wollstonecraft. So this probably is the theme. Yes, feminist movement. So what is the rheme, which is the new information? It's influenced by this lady, Mary Wollstonecraft. Okay, and it's quite obvious. You see the next sentence, she, which is Mary Wollstonecraft. Yeah, proposed a feminist agenda whose aims were to expose the exclusion of women from traditionally male spheres such as politics, economics, education, and religion. So where is the Rheme? Her aims. Okay, and the rest are just part of those Rheme. Yeah, the main theme of the Rheme is aims. The aims were to expose all these. These are examples. And then in the third sentence, you can already see these aims, yeah, became a main focus for religious women, in particular in the United States. It's not finished yet, probably. And then if you continue to read, you will probably see the same pattern like this. Okay, so this is method 1. Method 1 allows your reader to already understand as you try to introduce new information. This is how you introduce new information, you know. Main information, new information. New information becomes main information because you want to introduce more information from the new information of Mary Stopes. What did she do? She made some kind of aims. What kind of aims? You know? So you can only see this when you know, first of all, there is such a feature in academic writing called ThemeRheme. Yeah. If you don't know, then you won't be able to find it. Second, you need to practice in finding these. Because if you aren't able to find it in other people's writing, then how are you going to find it in your own writing? Because that means you've been writing blindly. Blindly or not consciously, you know, as in you are not conscious of the techniques that's out there that helps you to write with good structure. Yeah, a lot of students have this issue. They don't know the structure and they think high school writing is enough. High school writing experience is enough for university writing, and fairly, just to be honest, it's not enough. Okay, you are not taught about this in high school. So now, you know, I'm showing you how to improve your writing. So method 2 is the very simple one. And when I show you, you probably say, yeah, I do this all the time. It's everyone's favorite, actually. Because the method 1 takes a bit of time to work, yeah. But it's not impossible. Once you know it, then you'll be able to, you know, structure your work like this. So now, can you find a ThemeRheme in these 4 sentences? Anthropology is the study of humankind, especially of Homo sapiens, the biological species to which we human beings belong. So it's just an explanation here. Yeah. So everything about study of humankind. It, which is still anthropology, is the study of how our species evolved from more primitive organism. It is also, there are actually 5 sentences. It is also, but not really 5, this one is a compound sentence. It is also the study of how our species developed a mode of communication known as language and a mode of social life known as culture. It is the study of how culture evolved and diversified. And finally, it is the study of how culture, people, and nature interact wherever human beings are found. So this is a very typical method 2. Yeah, and you probably recognize this because probably you've done this before and done it very often. So you feel very comfortable while reading this. Now, I'm not saying it's a wrong method. I'm just saying it's one of the methods and you should vary your methods, you know? So we're going to look at the next one. 1, 2, 3 sentences? Yeah, 3 sentences. So, Karl Marx was a German philosopher. He was also an economist, historian, political theorist, sociologist, journalist, and revolutionary socialist. He was born in Trier to a middle-class family and studied law and Hegelian philosophy. Due to his political publication, this is like a little pre-introduction, Marx became stateless and lived in exile in London, where he continued to develop his thought in collaboration with German thinker Friedrich Engels. So you can see very clearly the theme is only about one thing. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you now method 3, and it's a mixture of both method 1 and 2. And it's quite nice if you are able to do this in your old writing. You know, go and take out your old writing and see if you are able to map out the ThemeRheme in your writing. It's quite interesting. Yeah, then you'll be able to see like, oh yeah, I am missing something here. There's a big jump there. No wonder this is quite a, not a very well structured piece, but it can always be improved. All right. The only way that your work cannot be improved is when it's already uploaded or given up or handed in to your professor or teacher or lecturer. So let's look at method 3, sample 1. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences. It's about Darwin's book. So Darwin's The Origin of Species, it's his book, yeah, published in 1859, was hugely influenced in the field of science and in society in general. So we don't know what comes next. So as you read, indeed, it has often been referred to as the book that shook the world. So you can see now quite obviously this is a method 2 in the second sentence. Yeah? So when you are able to see that pattern, it becomes very, very clear. You can almost very quickly say, aha, pattern 2. Or sorry, method 2, you know? The book outline, right away you say, aha, it's still method 2. Yeah? The book outline how there could be a relatively gradual change in the characteristics of a successive generation of a species, and that higher plants and animals evolve slowly over time from lower beings. So, how do you know what comes next? This evolution, aha, that's this flow, these summary pattern. What evolution? It's no longer talking about the book anymore. The book is not in the theme now. The book is no longer in this theme, in this sentence. You can see this evolution, gradual change. So you can see right away pattern 1 or method 1. This evolution occurred as a result of competition with local interacting communities. Darwin's book, you can now go back to pattern or method 2. So that this is a mixture and you can do this. It's not wrong, yeah? You just need to be aware that you've done this, so that you can see the flow of your reader's reading. Yeah? Darwin's book helped through the idea that there was a complete difference between humans and the animal world into turmoil as he reinforced the suggestion that humans evolved from lower beings. Prior to this, the evolve of human, from lower beings, it was believed in the Western world based on biblical work that humans were created superior to other beings. So right away you can see the pattern. There is a mixture, and that's fine. The important thing is you are aware of this. You can see it right away. Okay, of course I'm not saying, all right, every time you write you need to be aware of this. It's quite hard because especially when you're writing, you just want to have information purge, just want to write. But when you're editing, you must check for flow. Yes, not only check for unity, you check for reading flow, and this is how you check it. Yeah. So let's look at example 2. This is with how many sentences? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sentences. And then you can pause and work out this flow, ThemeRheme flow in the notebook. So leadership style consists of behavior pattern of a person who attempt to influence others. It includes the style, both directive task behavior and supportive relationship behavior. So it has two things going on, and that's not wrong either. But you have to remember, you must talk about these two now. Don't forget about them. I have many students, when they give out two samples, they only talk about the first one or the second one, either one, and then they forgot the next one. So hence, the ThemeRheme allows you to see maybe you've missed out something or you've added something that's not necessary in this sentence, in this paragraph. So the next one, you can already tell this is method 1. Directive behaviors help group members accomplish goals by giving directions, establishing goals and methods of evaluation, setting timelines, defining roles, showing how the goals are being achieved. Directive behaviors, again, method 1. So you can have two different method 1, and then you have method 2, and this is method 1. You see? Because you want to explain a little bit more. Directive behaviors clarify la-di-la-di-la-di-la. Now, don't forget about your second point. Supportive behaviors help group members to feel la-la-da-da-da. Supportive behaviors involve two ways of communication, la-da-da-da-da. Supportive behaviors, la-da-da-da-da. Supportive behaviors are mostly job-related. So this is a totally different mapping of ThemeRheme. And that's not wrong. You have covered everything. There is a flow. There is still the topic sentence. There is still all this unity going on. Plus, your reader is very clear in what you're trying to say by the time they reach the end of your paragraph. And that's the important bit. Okay, and if you're not able to see it, how do you expect your reader to, get this smoothness? How confident are you then, to get it right? So I hope you are able to see this. Okay, practice makes perfect. That's why there is such a phrase. Take back your old, go and refer, take out all your old written materials and check if you can find topic sentences in your work, your previous work. Check if you can also detect theme and rhyme in your previous work and map out the map that I've just shown you like this. See if it's there. And hopefully if you do this, patiently, 1 or 2 times, then it makes you realize what your writing has been like in the past and how you can improve. Okay, we are always looking for ways to improve ourselves because we always want to have better grades, to feel better, to motivate ourselves. And this is one way to help you with, improving your writing skills. So I will show you more other features in the next video. So there are several more writing features or writing techniques that you should be aware of to help you to, sculpture your paragraph better. So see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.